Assalamualaikum boys, my name is Mohammed Kamroshali. I'm here in Sydney, Australia, doing my Bachelor's of Business in Information Systems. A few days ago, one of my friend Rayan, he contacted me regarding the career counseling of students. As you know guys, he's running a Facebook page and a YouTube channel as well for the career counseling of students. So he asked me about the procedures of Australia and the requirements of coming here in Australia and requirements of institutes and the future aspects of Australia. So as one of my friends always ask me about this question as well. So today I'm gonna answer all these questions. So first of all, if you want to come to Australia, you have to do IELTS, the International English Language Testing System. It's a English skill requirements test, which is very compulsory for whoever wants to come to Australia, whether if he wants to come here on educational visa like study visa or graduate visa, work visa. So it's a basic requirement for visa. So straight after doing, and there are many institutes in Australia, in Pakistan, who are offering their services for the students who want to learn or wants to know the pattern or the requirements of IELTS as well, because it's an English language test. So straight after your English language test, you need 6.5 bands for masters if you want to pursue master's degree, and if you want to pursue a bachelor's degree, you need at least 6 each bands in each module. So after IELTS, you need to apply for admission in university. There are many universities in Australia, world famous universities as well in here, and world top universities also available in Australia. So it depends upon you which course you would like to pursue and which study you want and which city you want to live and which university you want to go. So you have to shortlist these things before you go to any consultant. So there are many of them always ask, do we need consultant or not? I think it's kind of compulsory for Australia that you need an educational consultant, a registered consultant. So for registered consultant, how to find them? It's very basic. Like if you have shortlisted your universities, you have to go there on their websites, and they will give you information about the educational agents available in different countries. So when you filter the food in Pakistan, they're gonna give you information about the consultant that they are offering services on their behalf in Pakistan. So after choosing your consultant, you will go to them and you will give them all your details, and they're gonna tell you that these are the options for you regarding your previous stream and your qualifications and everything. They're gonna give you the options. After choosing down from that option, they're gonna apply for your admission in university on your behalf. And after applying for in university, it's gonna take up to mostly 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, while any of the institute will give you a offer letter. So in offer letter, there's gonna be some condition that you have to fulfill, like the English requirements and the other stuff like that. So I will recommend you guys start preparing your IELTS and go to the consultant ad as well. So while you're gonna do the IELTS, you can finalize your offer letter, because most of the university will give you offer letter whether if you have done IELTS or not, but they're gonna put the condition on your offer letter that the English skills requirement is still needed. So while you gonna appear in that test, you can have your offer letter if you want to fasten your process, or if you're not very in hurry, it's all right, you can do first IELTS. So after the offer letter, it's going to be some conditional requirements. So one basic condition, that is GTE, that genuine temporary entrant. It's going to be there, that you have to fulfill their requirements before they give you the COE. So what is COE? COE is basically a confirmation of enrollment that universities give to the student, and on this behalf of COE, you're going to apply for your Australian visa. So before going to this procedure, I'm gonna recommend you guys one thing, very basic thing, and which will gonna help you in future as well. So the main question that I ask students, that why you want to come to Australia. There's only two reasons that most of them are coming to Australia. The first reason is to just come over there, get an Australian degree, and then go back to your country. And the second reason is that you want to come to Australia, have an Australian degree, and then settle down here in Australia. So you have to choose that which is your purpose or which are your intentions to coming to Australia. So if you are coming to Australia on option one, that is just come here, live here, and then go back after getting your degree, then doesn't matter which institute you are coming, doesn't matter which city you are coming, and also doesn't matter which course are you pursuing, because it's all about your profession and your passion that which course you are doing. So after choosing down between these options, because if you are choosing the option second, that is settle down here in Australia, things going to be very difficult for you, and you have to choose very wisely your course, your city, and other thing as well, because it's going to be very helpful for you in future. Because if you not choose your course wisely, it's going to be very difficult for you in the future to get the permanent residency of Australia. So if you selected option 2, that is studying here in Australia and settle down here in Australia, you have to consider the requirements which is required for the permanent residency. As many of you know and some of you don't know, Australia have a point-based system for the permanent residency visa. So on that point-based system, you have to fulfill all the points to get the PR. So nowadays the points are 80, 85. That's very, very hard to achieve. And after achieving that, they will invite you for the permanent residency visa. So for all the current requirements, you need to consult with your consultant. They're gonna give you all the details about the requirements that you're gonna need in future. Not now, after 3 years, after 2 years, when you're gonna complete your degrees. So it's very important that which course you choose and which city you use. So after choosing your course, university, then you're gonna apply. Then you have to fulfill the requirements of GTE, that you are coming here only for a temporary purposes, that is your study, and you're gonna go back after your study when you're gonna complete your study. So after that, you're gonna fulfill your requirements. They're gonna ask you to pay the fees, because Australia is a very expensive country, and many of the universities have almost $25,000 fees a year, which is equivalent to Pakistani 25 lakhs rupees. So most of the universities, they ask you to pay one semester or 6 months fees, but few of them also ask for the 1 year fees. So it depends upon the university which you choose. So after paying their fees, they're going to grant you a COE, that is confirmation of enrollment, and on that base, on every details of your course, your passport details, and every details of yours will be available on that COE letter. So straight after getting that letter, you're going to apply for a student visa from Australian. It's online system, so you don't need to apply for yourself by yourself. Your consultant will apply it for you. So that's why it's compulsory for Australian, for the persons who wants Australian visa, to get an educational consultant, registered consultant. So after applying for the Australian student visa, it's gonna take up to 3 to 4 weeks to come, but it depends. Some people got it early, some people get it late. Like when I applied for my visa, I got it in 2 days. So it depends upon it varies on cases to cases. So these are the basic requirements of the pattern or the stream or how to come to Australia. So after choosing this, when you come to Australia, life is not easy here, but you have to do your hard work, you have to study, you have to maintain your job as well, because as I mentioned before, Australia is very expensive. Because if you are living here in Australia, but mostly in Sydney, there are monthly expenses around $1,200 to $2,000, which is, I think, much expensive than Pakistan if we compare. So the other cities are comparatively less cheaper, less expensive, and they have cheaper options as well. But in Sydney, it's very expensive. So you have to choose at which city you want to go and where you want to live. So if you are coming to Sydney, there are better options of getting a good job and other things, and Pakistani community as well. A bunch of Pakistani communities living here, many Muslim community living here. But if you're in a different other part of Australia, it's same thing, but it depends. Like many of the people are living here in Sydney or Melbourne and Perth and Brisbane as well. So it's up to you which city you want to go. So I think this is the path like of how to come to Australia. And if you guys need more information about how to come to Australia and you think you have any question of regarding this, you can contact me through Facebook or Instagram or my WhatsApp as well, or through Ryan. If you don't know me, or you can contact Ryan and he gonna ask me about it. I'm gonna answer you directly. So this is a pathway. So other question as well is, he asked me as well, Ryan, that is it worth it to come Australia? Is it worth it to come have an Australian degree and then settle down here in Australia? And other question as well. So I told him that living here in Australia is very good, life is very good here, quality of life is very good. But the thing is that for your future aspects, there are not much options available now here in Australia. If you're looking for settle down abroad, any country like Australia, Canada, UK, America, there are not much options left here in Sydney or in Australia. So if you are going for settling down and have your future in abroad or in any of the foreign country, I think there are better options available, because I myself thinking about my future, and there's no future good prospect in Sydney, because they are not giving you PR, and straight after completing my degree, I think they're gonna force you to go back to your country or go into the regional areas. So it's up to you if you wanna go back or you're gonna go to regional areas. Gonna be, but for me it's gonna be a future thing. Like, I'm doing my bachelor's, I'm gonna do master's here as well. So it's gonna take 2 to 5 years to reach that position of getting PR. So it depends upon the cases that, or intention, that which intention are you have for coming to Australia. So life is good here, but if you, again, I'm saying that thing again and again, that if you want to settle down in for any other foreign country, Australia is not suitable anymore. You have good option available in Canada, because they are giving permanent residencies to the people who are coming now. So I think it's better option. The best option nowadays is Canada if you want to settle down. But if you want to just have an Australian degree or just want to come here and live here for a couple of years, then Australia is very good. It had a very high standards of living. It's very beautiful. All over Australia is very beautiful. It's very vast, and it's have a multicultural society. Like 50% of the Australian society is based on multicultural. The people from all over the world came here and living here. So these are the answer of the questions that he asked me. He gave me a big list, but the question I remember is I answer all of them. So again, for future, if you need any information or any help, you can contact me, or you can contact Ryan, and he gonna be asked. And everyone is trying to give their best, and I as well, and I hope you will always do this for your future as well. So see you guys, have a good future ahead. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.